Hey, welcome back to Boston 235. This is episode 2. Today we are doing the Coros fitness test. This video is sponsored by Coros. Thank you for sponsoring the video, Coros. I have the Pace 3. I've been wearing it for over 3 months now. This thing has just been like attached to me. Wear it for sleep data, all that good stuff. Seeing this fitness test, I've been wanting to do it for a while, but just like never really found the right time to do it based off of like, I didn't think I was in good enough shape yet. Now like the watch and the race predictor is predicting me at a 2:43:10 marathon, which I mean, before CIM it said I was in 2:46 shape and then that's what I ran. So in one sense it feels discouraging. Like I feel like I should be in better shape than a 2:43 at this point, but that might be the reality. The other component is that I haven't done really any super hard workout since CIM. So I don't feel like the watch and the data has the ability to really recognize what my true fitness is yet. It will be more accurate hopefully after this test, so we're gonna see what it does to that and what it does to my race predictor after the test. Basically it's just gonna be a 5-minute warm-up. I'm gonna do a mile warm-up and then go into the fitness test. It's a 5-minute warm-up, 25 minutes of like fast steady pace. This is like marathon pace to faster than marathon pace is what it says on the watch. And then right after that, there's a 3-minute segment of even faster than that. So that's probably about 10K pace. And then another section that's even faster than that, which is going to be 5K pace down to like mile pace. So I'm like really gonna send it on those last 2 sections, not try to go full out in the first 3-minute section, but then the last 3-minute section, I'm just gonna empty the tank, which is kind of horrifying. But then there'll be a 5-minute cool down and then we'll bring it back to the studio to break it all down and see how I did. And also I wanna talk about this treadmill. But let's go hurt for a little bit first. The 1 mile warm up. So provide a recent 10K. I'll just say I ran a 10K in 36. Perform the test on flat terrain. Well, we're in Illinois, so you know the deal. So it's gonna be a 5-minute warm up. Here we go. All right, you ready? 5-minute warm up, here we go. hard to do that stuff by yourself. Threshold pace 543, threshold heart rate 172, estimated max heart rate 190. Burning performance excellent. Still says it's low training load. That's a 65-mile week for you. Best lap was 520, ran a 520 mile in that. Great. Let's see if it changed my fitness score. Not yet. Maybe I need more time for it to think I'm worth the 240 again. Wait, this is what I should do at the studio, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'll just say it here.
It's the case.
I opened up the app and it said, congratulations, you have a new fitness score of 96. That's 0.8 more than what it said before. So yeah, I needed to do that to prove what I'm actually... Okay, let's try to break that down then at the studio. So I'll go there. Oh. It's saying 236.36 marathon. Right now? That's crazy.
Well, I'd be encouraged.
I am! The fact that it's already predicting my marathon to be that fast. Ran this workout in my Saucony Endorphin Pro 3s. This is what I raced Chicago in. Love this shoe. Might get it again for Boston, or I might switch to the Elites, or the new Alpha Flies. I don't know. Oh, careful. The accuracy of what I did with that Koros pace test was solidified more with the Pod 2 tracking distance. So this was clipped to the shoe during all that. And then also my heart rate monitor was a part of that for accurate heart rate monitoring. This has been my go-to. Oh, buddy. It's been my go-to for all training like the past 3 months. I've been rocking this setup for 80 to 90% of all of my workouts. The heart rate monitor and the Pod 2 in conjunction with the Pace 3, just to get as much data as I can to evaluate going into this training block. Now that I have this fitness test, and as I get into deeper and heavier weeks in the training block, I know that that data will be really helpful in helping me realize what paces I can run for tune-up races and really give me the confidence that I need. And that's ultimately what I care about most with data, is that it's giving me the confidence and the reassurance I need that the plan is working, and then I could show up to the start line feeling super confident that I have that fitness. And if all things go right and go well in the training block, there's no doubt in my mind that those race predictors and all that data will let me know and indicate that I am in that 235 marathon shape. All right, as promised, I will go through the treadmill decision. It was not super calculated. I'm not one of those people that's like weighing 5 options and prices, and I just need something that is going to get the work done in the way I need it, and this is what I went with. Maybe I should tell you which one I got. It's the NordTrack Commercial 1750. They did not send it to me. I paid full price for it, brand new. Just wanted to invest in something quality. It was so hard to set up. It took me like 3 hours. It said you should set it up with 2 people, but I decided to do it myself like an idiot. Some of the features that I love most about it are, especially going into Boston, is that it does have a up to 12% grade on incline, but it also has a negative 3% grade on decline. So I'll be able to do different workouts, different easy runs, with just doing a lot of up and down and changing the grade as I go through the miles on some workouts this winter. Since I did make an investment in this, I want to get on it more for sure. Other than that, it is pretty annoying that every time you turn it on, it directs you to iFit, which is like their proprietary online fitness thing. But you just have to like go through the menu and hit manual start to get it going. What's really insane is that I don't know how this works or what kind of magic is going on. It is on my Wi-Fi. If I'm wearing my Coros heart rate monitor, it matches my heart rate. On the screen, it'll tell me my live heart rate. So I was watching the watch and the screen and they were exactly in sync. So like that's pretty sick. It gets up to 12 miles an hour, which is about 5-minute flat pace per mile. I'm never really running any faster than that. I guess the only time I would be was when I did the fitness test just now. It's like right around that pace. Yeah, it's not necessarily ideal for like if I were to do 400-meter repeats, I might need to go a bit faster than that. But if if it was pouring rain outside or freezing cold, I could just crank the incline to like 4 or 5% and then send it at 12 miles an hour for that 400-meter repeat. So yeah, it's got built-in fans. It fits perfectly in this section. So I feel like we should hit them with a slow-mo B-roll section, don't you think? I think they need that, right? It's already so dirty. Yeah, but I'm really enjoying it so far. The deck does have a bit of a bounce with your cadence, but it's nothing that's thrown me off. I've enjoyed the runs I've had on it already, and it gets really sweaty in here, so I might need to get some more fans, especially if I start using it in the summer. It's amazing to have a treadmill at my disposal in my garage now. Pretty hyped on that. My children are trying to... Hi. All right, so if I go to Koros's website and go to the training hub, I have a whole dashboard of all the information on all of my training, not just what I did. Now, right away, I see that my running fitness is now at a 96, like I shared earlier, and that I can break down all sorts of other things outside of that. So if I go to my effort today outside of the warm-up and the cool down, I can see a breakdown of this entire fitness test, which is really interesting because we have a full breakdown of each section underneath this graph. So I'm going to do the pace and my heart rate on the graph. And you'll see that there was the 5-minute warm-up and then the 25-minute section that I ran at about 6:04 per mile pace, which is pretty much bang on what my Chicago Marathon pace was average-wise throughout the entire race. Now, I did do the first 18, 19 miles at about 6 flat. But yeah, I couldn't see exactly what my pace was on the watch. It was just telling me I was going a bit too fast at times. So there were times where I'm like, it kept beeping at me that I was going a bit too fast, which I really appreciated. If I really went that 25 minutes at like 5:55 mile pace, I don't know if I would have had enough gas in the tank with how exhausted you saw I was at the end. And I feel like the narcissistic side of me, or the competitive side of me, would want to run that new marathon pace for the 25 minutes. But I think it was good that I stuck with 6:04. So 6:04 for that 25 minutes, and then the first hard 3 minutes I went 5:35 per mile average, so much more that threshold to anaerobic intensity. And then that last 3 minutes was a 5:20 average per mile pace. And then it actually did this little section at the end. It didn't say it was going to do this, but as soon as I finished that second 3-minute rep, I wanted to die. I was walking. It said, do a little bit more of steady pace. So I jumped back into the steady pace just to give it, I think it needed a little bit more data. So I went for, I think, like another minute at what ended up averaging 7:11, because it was from my walking because I got back up to about 5:40, 5:30 pace for that minute. Just kind of hoping and praying it would end soon, which it did. And then the cool down. So it was really interesting because I could see my average heart rate in each section. 156 on the 25-minute section, which was really interesting to see. That's about what I would want my marathon race heart rate to be, which is really encouraging. I think proves to me, again, I'm in around that 240 shape still, or already. And then 164 and 169 on the average heart rates for the two hard sections. I've come to realize with this, my max heart rate, according to the fitness test, is around 190, which I Googled it, and that's about the average for a male of my age, around 30 to 32. So I think that's probably pretty accurate, and that my lactate threshold BPM is 172. And I know this about myself, that once I start getting into the 170s, it's dangerous for me. And I know that in races, like once I touch the 170s is when I start to really kind of fall apart. So I'm going to know that going into the race. That's really helpful about this stuff. Like this solidifies that when I'm in races, when I'm in workouts and I start touching 170, to probably dial it back a little bit if I don't want to crash and burn. So all really, really good stuff to see and break down. I also want to go through my threshold, like heart rate zones. So if I go back to this main page, I can go to this section right here, where now it's showing me that my aerobic endurance, or basically easy pace, is going to be 138 to 155 average BPM. And again, I can reliably trust that my heart rate is accurate with the armband that I'm running with regularly. And then the aerobic power to threshold is going to be that 156 to 163 and 164 to 175. But the correlating pace zones for that, up at the top, my new threshold pace, which was 552 before this fitness test, is now at 543. So that really gives me the understanding that when I start doing lactate threshold work, I'm going to be targeting those low 540 paces. So my aerobic zone 2, is going to be 633 to 750 per mile pace. So I really want to start pushing myself. Not like if I need recovery that day, I'll run slower, but I want my everyday pace to really kind of be hovering around that 7 minute per mile mark, or maybe even a little bit faster. Again, not because of narcissism, not because I want that. I really want my body to start becoming accustomed to an easier pace being faster, as long as my heart rate is in check. And the aerobic power, this is more of getting closer to marathon pace, the 156 to 163 heart rate zone at 604 per mile to 632. And then that threshold piece, 536 to 603, anywhere in that zone would be a lot of my lactate threshold work. And then obviously my speed work, 400, 800 meter repeats, 1K repeats, is going to be getting down into that 511 to 535. And I really want to be pushing the needle with this training block and challenging myself to get to those faster paces, because I know that's what's going to tip my fitness over into that range that I need. Finally, I want to go to this last part, the EvoLab metrics tab, where it's been showing the past, this is from beginning of November all the way till now, that my intensity trend has been going up from early December. So it was kind of leveling out and just kind of all over the place leading to CIM, because I was not being consistent. But you can tell that from the beginning of December all the way through till now, that line in every regard, all base fitness, load impact, and intensity trend, are all on the upwards trajectory because of the consistency of miles I've been putting in. With that upward slope of mileage going from 40 miles a week up to last week being 65 miles on the week, it's clear that that line is progressively getting higher. So that base fitness is really what I'm caring about a lot right now, because that's what I'm trying to build. And once I start getting into the non-fartlek work, that is lactate threshold work and VO2 max work, I think that's where I'm going to see a lot of that intensity trend line spike more, and less of just a slow increase of base fitness. That'll also happen, but the goal right now is the base fitness, which is really encouraging to see that blue line continuously going up every day. Really thrilled to have these tools at my disposal with Koros now. I appreciate them sponsoring this video. If you want to check out the Pace 3, stuff is linked in the description if you want to give it a go, and check out the Pod 2 and the heart rate monitor and all that. I've sincerely been loving this system, and I'm thrilled to be partnered in this capacity to bring this stuff and this data to you guys. I hope it's helpful in your training. And yeah, that's all I have for episode 2. So I will see you in episode 3, hopefully next week.